Hello, and welcome to the second day of the Hydration Elevation Challenge. What were your first impressions? When you think about hydration elevation, do you feel like it pertains to you? Is it something that you skip over? Does it seem too simple? I'm just curious because I know that our mindsets tend to always think like we've got to go for the more complex thing. We've got to it what we're working on needs to be like rocket science, right? And when we think about hydration, it's for the most part, sit down here. For the most part, it's like simpler. It's maybe it seems too simple. And yet, for most of us, we're not doing it. So let yourself just acknowledge that. Let that sink in. That you might come up against some of that almost resistance because, geez, water, like that seems too complex. Maybe I should be counting my micros and my macros and all these other things. Like, not to say that you can't do that, but start with water and come back to water frequently. Check in with your hydration. Like I said yesterday, chances are this is one of the first things that we drop when things get stressful or overwhelming. So just check in again. Like, am I fooling myself? Have I really been getting enough water? So today is going to be about tracking and timing. To me, this is the fun part. I'm one of those odd ducks, I guess, that likes to track things so that I can connect the dots. It's been something so useful in my life for health, for mindset, for, relationships. It's just when I get to know what my patterns are, what's related to what, like that's when change can happen. So, in tracking your water consumption, there are apps. If you're a paper person, you might like to just create some little check boxes. Whatever works for you, just find a system so that you can honestly, or maybe your water bottle is already marked so you know exactly how many times you need to fill that up. And somebody checked in yesterday and told me that they just got a new water bottle that they fill it up once and it's exactly the amount of water that they need. Cool. That's awesome. And so find a system to track what works for you. My clients have done a variety of things and it's really based on their own, sense of ease, whether they like to do it with technology or not. So find your way with that and then keep track of that. And then notice how your energy feels when you get enough water, when you don't get enough water, when you consume more during this time of day or that time of day. And then the other element today, besides tracking, is another T word, timing. So when is the best timing for you to consume the water? So what you need to know is that your body, when you are eating food, your digestive system likes to not have extra liquid in there. So we were always taught to drink with meals, right? Now, not to say that you can't sip, but that is contrary advice. You're not going to consume large amounts of water or anything while you are eating your meal, because that affects the natural digestive juices that are doing their thing while we are eating. And so your water consumption, you want to drink more and then cut off 45 minutes before your meal, and then don't drink a bunch of water again until 45 minutes after. So this takes some planning. This takes some getting used to. Now, again, you could do some sips here and there if you're really thirsty, But don't, if you're knowing that like, oh, you know, I wanted to get in that 16 ounces right now. Well, just make sure that it doesn't conflict with your meal time. So we want to optimize this. I mean, as long as we're doing it, optimize it so that your body gets hydrated and it doesn't affect your digestion. So those are my two tips today. Figure out how and where and when you are going to track your water consumption so that you're not fooling yourself. I know I did that for a long time. I just thought, hey, just because I have a water bottle at my desk, that automatically means I'm getting enough water. Turns out I wasn't. And the other thing that I'd love for you to think about today is just the timing. When you are consuming, so that you're not drinking too much water during meals, and also that you're not drinking too much water too late, and then that will affect your sleep, right? You got to get up a lot and go to the bathroom. That doesn't give you the overall results that you're after if it affects your sleep. So have fun with this. Enjoy, share any tips, let people know that you're working on this so they can support you. And then, as always, let me know how it's going. You can put comments on different places where I post this or reply back to the email, because for those of you that engage, you're getting entered into a drawing. Yay!